I have a question.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
They gave different endings for the absolute, emphatic, and construct.
Yeah. So there are the three different forms of a noun.
Yeah. But the translation is the same. Is the translation the same, or?
The meaning is the same, but when it is used in a sentence, the translation will slightly change. We have the example here in page 23. Nouns in the absolute state are used in three main constructions. You know, see that? In page 23. Third paragraph.
Yeah. Yes.
So the form which we learnt is Thobo, noun ending in O. If it's in the absolute, it will be Thob. And the plural will be Thobin. So the endings are given in on page 22. And the use is after words like kul and dlo, the noun will be in the absolute state. You got it?
I guess, well, the one thing, I mean, I kind of had the same issue is that, so if you look at the homework, for example, you have the good son, right? You have a good son, but then you have good in front of son. How does that change the translation, or does it change it? It's like for like number 1.
24.
On page 24.
Page 24, example, exercise 1, Gabro Sobo.
So that's a good. So
Okay, good.
Good
Yeah.
son. Does the second part mean like the son is good?
Yes, that is it.
Okay, that's so.
The first one is a good son. The second one is the son is good.
Okay.
Sobo is old.
Old? Did I say old?
Sobo.
Good.
The next example one is Sob Gabro.
Gabro.
Yeah, it's a Gabro Sobo.
Old is right, sorry.
Old man, and the man is old.
No, it's, yeah, that's it.
Malko Tobo. For both the nouns as well as the adjectives, we have this both states, and if the adjective comes after the noun, it will be in the emphatic state. Emphatic state. Tobo. That means good king. And this is the attributive state. And when you find Tok Malko, means the king is good. Here the adjective is in the absolute state. And the plural will be Ktobin. Is it okay? Any other questions?
On page 23, after the third paragraph, they gave some examples, and keep, I'll keep.
Okay.
Is it, you don't know if it's absolute or infinitive?
It's the absolute. If there is no O ending, it is in the absolute state.
Okay.
So there we have a repetition of the noun.
Okay.
Keep, I'll keep.
Keep, I'll keep. In the singular, masculine singular, how do we make the difference between absolute and construct? Because it's the same thing.
Yeah, it looks same. It looks same. The context will make it clear.
Okay.
So according to that rule, for the this can either be in the absolute, or it looks like an absolute or a construct, but try to make it translate it as a construct. What is the what will be the meaning if it's a construct, if it's in the construct form?
The king.
Where is construct form used?
Like the genitive?
Yeah, it's in the genitive. That means of the king.
Of the king.
It will become of the king. So good of the king. It's that makes no sense. So it will absolute. It's in the absolute state, obviously. But if you see a word like baito daloho, this means
the house of the Lord.
The house of the God. And the construct form of it is Beth Aloho. This cannot be translated as God is a house. This is the house of the God. Beth Aloho. It's like Bethlehem. House of bread.
That's cool.
Yeah. Or what is the other form? If it's in the emphatic form, how would it be?
Baito.
Baito. The lahmo. So this one is also, this is in the construct form, and this one is absolute form. This one is the emphatic. So just keep an eye out to figure out whether it is in the absolute or in the construct form. You will find nouns both in the emphatic state as well as in the absolute state. Here you see a construct plus construct form plus an emphatic form, right? Aloho is in the emphatic, but here with the construct form we have an absolute form. Huh? That's Syriac. There is no hard and fast rules concerning the use of absolute and emphatic, but in this case, if you find it here, if the adjective is in the absolute, it goes before the noun, and if the adjective is in the emphatic state, it goes after, and it modifies the noun. Here it is in the predicate state, that is, the king is good. I'm not an expert in English grammar, so attributive, this the adjective here is an attributive, and here it is used as a predicate in the sentence, the king is good. More often you will also find here a verb. Tobhu malko. This makes a little more sense with what we have learnt earlier. When we add a verb in between, Tobhu malko.
Yeah. Okay.
So when you find this, just assume that there is a verb in between.
See, that's what got me confused earlier because I couldn't find that. So what is going on?
We have an example here. Kadi